Matthew 5:3 says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." Today, I'm going to share with you an incident from the life of Francis of Assisi. Inside the cave of Monte Subasio, it was cool, dark, and damp. Bats clung to the rough ceiling, observing the strange creature that knelt on the cave floor. The praying figure was Francis Bernardo, son of a wealthy merchant in Assisi, Italy. He came often to this isolated spot to seek God's will for his life. "Lord, what would you have me do?" he cried out. At first there was no sound, save the dripping of water and the rustling of bats' wings. And then somewhere, deep within his mind, he heard God's voice speaking. "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." Francis thought of the poor, homeless, maimed, blind, and diseased. "How can those miserable wretches be blessed?" he replied. "Do you expect me to become like the beggars? I was hoping to be a knight doing glorious things in your name." "Blessed are the poor," whispered the inner voice. Still uncertain, Francis decided to go to a church. Maybe there God's voice would be clearer. As he passed among the outstretched arms of the poor riffraff who sat at the steps of the cathedral, he heard the voice of God. "Blessed are the poor." Grabbing the shoulder of a filthy beggar of about his own height, Francis blurted out, "I'll trade clothes with you." The disheveled man, confused, took a step back. "Are you crazy or something? You would trade your fine suit of velvet and silk for my dirty rags?" "That's exactly what I mean," said Francis, beginning to remove his jacket and placing it on the beggar. Dressed in the beggar's tattered clothes, Francis pleaded in French for alms. Sitting side by side with the beggars, he felt like he was walking with Jesus. After that experience, he gave away all his possessions and spent the rest of his life as a poor man, preaching God's message of love and humility wherever he went. God is calling you, just as he called St. Francis. God wants to speak to you. He wants to show you what he has in store for you. Francis was willing to give up his coat, his possessions, everything he had for God. God isn't asking you for the materialistic things that you can offer. God asks for your time. He asks for your love. And most of all, he asks for you. Seek God's will for your life today. Thank you.